party line, which they have branded as the overwhelming scientific consensus. A consensus which, as Mr. Wrightstone explains with admirable lucidity and concision in these pages, does not exist and would have no scientific relevance even if it did. Science, as L. Hytham could have told these creatures, is not done by mere head count. The seeker after truth does not put his faith in any consensus, however venerable or widespread. Instead, he questions what he has learned of it, applying to it his hard-won scientific knowledge, and he inspects and inquires and investigates and checks and checks and checks again. The road to the truth is long and hard, but that is the road we must follow. Gregory Wrightstone is a man of true science, firmly in the tradition of L. Hytham. His mission in this book is not to prop up some failed party line willy-nilly, nor, on the other hand, unthinkingly to oppose that party line merely on the basis that it is as scientifically disagreeable as it is histrionically hysterical. His mission is to distinguish what is from what is not in the climate debate. He has splendidly succeeded. It has been a pleasure to play a small part in editing Inconvenient Facts. The listener will find the book easy to follow, logically structured, clearly expressed, well illustrated, compellingly supported by evidence, and above all, authoritative. This is not an academic work. For one thing, it is written in plain English, yet it is as comprehensively referenced as any scientific book, and its conclusions are more reliable than those of the small number of scientific papers about climate change that the mainstream news media find expedient to mention. One of the many remarkable things about this book is how startlingly numerous, relevant, and compelling are the inconvenient facts that it presents, and yet how unbecomingly few of these facts have ever appeared in any mainstream news medium. The voters cannot be fairly or fully informed where the news media, long captured by hate-filled totalitarian enemies of the liberty and prosperity of the West and of the democracy that is the guarantor of both, will not fairly or fully report both sides of issues such as the climate question. Their shameful failure is Mr. Wrightstone's shining opportunity. His book is necessary precisely because the usual news outlets behave as though they were run by the KGB Disinformation Directorate or by Herr Goebbels' Reichspropagandamt. Whenever the party line runs counter to the truth, they do not report the truth at all, except occasionally to mischaracterize it sneeringly as denialism. Mr. Wrightstone, by contrast, reports the truth whichever way it points, and leaves the listener to make up his own mind. In the long debate about the influence of man on climate, the profiteers of doom have sullenly adhered to the party line, not because it is true, for this book shows beyond reasonable doubt that it is not true, but because, false though the party line be, they find it socially convenient, politically expedient, and above all, financially profitable. One of the two principles of natural justice recognized in the law of the English-speaking countries is audiatur et altera pars. Let both sides be fairly heard. Given that on this, as on many issues, the news media no longer allow the skeptical side of the case to be heard, well-researched, clearly written, beautifully presented, and above all, fact-packed books, such as Inconvenient Facts, are absolutely essential to the very survival of democracy, to the restoration of true science, and to the ultimate triumph of objective truth. Monckton of Brenchley. Introduction. Climate Science and the Non-Expert Problem. The whole aim of practical politics is to keep the populace alarmed, and hence clamorous to be led to safety, by menacing it with an endless series of hobgoblins, all of them imaginary. H. L. Mencken. You have been exposed to a constant drumbeat from governments, institutions, and the media, warning of a looming environmental apocalypse.